Hello class and welcome to today's session. The topic of the day, as you all can see on your screens also, the topic is temperature and heat. Okay, this is very interesting topic. Trust me, if you're going to open your eyes and your ears, you will be benefited. Whatever I'm telling you, you will be learning many things. Okay, so shall we start? Okay. First, I'll talk about temperature. Temperature क्या होता है? What is temperature and what is heat? Just if I talk about in simple language, temperature होता है the hotness and coldness of a body. तापमान. What is heat? Heat क्या होती है? It's a form of energy. कोई भी चीज गर्म हो. Okay, that is called heat. Fine. Now, if we start with temperature, the intensity of degree of hotness or coldness of a body is called temperature. The intensity or degree of hotness or coldness of any object, it can be hot, it can be cold also. It's not necessary that the object has to be hot only. Okay, then only you will find the temperature. Anything can be cold also. Even for the cold objects, we need to know its temperature. And it is not possible for us to touch each and every object and we can tell its temperature. We can tell whether the object is hot or cold. It sometimes there are certain things which can be dangerous also. If we talk about any metal and we want to know its temperature, it is impossible to touch that, because once the metal is heated up, it is very warm, and if you are going to touch it, you will hurt yourself. Okay, so for that, a special instrument is called, a special instrument known as thermometer is there. Okay, you can see on your screens also, children. An instrument used to measure temperature is called a thermometer. Here I am highlighting it also, underlining it. An instrument used to measure temperature is called a thermometer. To know the hotness or the coldness of a body, we need an instrument. It's not possible for us to touch and know the temperature. So for that, there's a special instrument known as thermometer, which helps us to know whether the body is hot or cold, what is its temperature. And the unit of temperature is Celsius, Fahrenheit or Kelvin. We can measure the temperature into three different types: Celsius, Kelvin and Fahrenheit. Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Okay, if we talk about Celsius scale, you can see on your screens also. Celsius scale, named after Andreas Celsius. The symbol for Celsius is degree centigrade. So it's degree centigrade. Okay. Now the scale starts reading with 0 degree, which is the melting point of ice, and maximum temperature is 100 degrees centigrade, which is the boiling point of water. So Celsius scale starts from 0 degree to 100 degree. Fine. Now the next is Fahrenheit scale. The symbol for Fahrenheit is degree Fahrenheit. Okay. The symbol for is degree Fahrenheit. Okay. And the reading starts from 32 degree Fahrenheit, which is the melting point of ice, to the maximum temperature reading is 212 degree Fahrenheit, which is the boiling point of water. In Celsius, it was starting from 0 and ending at 100, but in Fahrenheit, it is starting from 32 degree Fahrenheit and ending at 212 degree Fahrenheit. Fine. Now, come to the next one. Next topic is types of thermometer. Okay, children, there are two types of thermometers which are available in the market. First is the mercury thermometer and the second one is the alcohol thermometer. So there are two types of thermometers. There are mercury thermometers and alcohol thermometers. Mercury thermometers. Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit invented the mercury thermometer. And what does it contain? It has mercury. Mercury is a metal which is liquid at the room temperature. What do we do? we take a thin tube for one end. See, I'll explain you here with the help of a diagram. This is a long thin tube, okay, and one end is sealed. One end is sealed and the other end has a bulb, okay, and in this all the mercury is filled, okay. Whenever the temperature is high, the mercury goes up, and whenever the temperature falls down, the mercury falls back, okay. With the increase in temperature it rises, and with the decrease in temperature it goes down. Fine now? So it has a thin column of mercury that rises and falls with the change in temperature, as I have told you. Now, why is mercury used? Why are we using only mercury, not any other thing else? Mercury is liquid state for a wide range of temperature. It boils at 356 degree centigrade and melts at minus 38 degree centigrade, okay. It does not stick to the glass enclosing it. It is not sticking anywhere, and it is easily detected as it is silvery white in color. Fine, children? I told you mercury is a metal which is liquid at the room temperature. It is silver in color. As it is silver in color, we can easily find the reading, okay. Then comes alcohol thermometer. Alcohol thermometer. You all can see on your screens, okay. Alcohol is cheaper than mercury. Alcohol can measure temperature as less as minus 115 degrees Celsius, okay. So in alcohol instead of mercury does have some advantages, and what are its advantages? First, alcohol is more cheaper, okay, and alcohol can measure temperature as less as minus 115 degrees Celsius, okay. Now, how do you find reading a thermometer, okay? The next topic is reading a thermometer. A thermometer is of two basic types. For what purpose it is used? A thermometer used in the laboratory is called a laboratory thermometer, and the thermometer used to measure the temperature of a body is called a clinical thermometer. So, the ones which are used in labs, it is known as laboratory thermometer, and the ones which is used in by the doctors in the clinic, it is known as clinical thermometer, okay. Laboratory thermometer, if I talk about, it is a long thin tube made of glass. One end of the glass is sealed, the other end has a bulb filled with mercury in it. When the temperature increases, the mercury in the column expands and rises. The thin tube of the mercury of the thermometer is marked with numbers, either degree Fahrenheit or degree Celsius. The reading corresponding to the level of a risen mercury is noted as the temperature, okay, fine. Now come to the next one. You can see, while using the laboratory thermometer, following precautions should be taken to obtain accurate reading. We have to take these precautions whenever we are using the laboratory thermometer. First, the initial reading of the temperature should be noted. The thermometer should not be handled by holding the bulb. If we are going to hold the bulb, it may break, okay. The substance whose temperature is to be measured should completely surround the bulb. Whatever temperature, whatever substance you want to know the temperature, it should be completely, you should completely put that thermometer into that, okay. The final reading of the mercury should be read at one eye, one eye level. Always hold the thermometer straight while measuring the temperature. The bulb of the mercury should be washed or rinsed with water after use. Fine, children. Now, come to the next one. We will talk about clinical thermometers. What are clinical thermometers? When you have fever, you go to the doctor, or when you are having fever, your mama touch your forehead. What is forehead? This matha ko chute na, or your mama is touching your nose or your ears or your hands. She always touches the forehead to find out whether you are having fever or no, okay. Whenever your mother wants to find how much fever you have, she is always using a clinical thermometer. Even the doctors at the clinic, they are using clinical thermometers, okay. So when your mother thinks that you have fever, and what she does, she places a hand on your forehead. What is she doing? She wants to know whether your body feels hot or not. If your body feels hot, then she wants to know that you have a fever. But this is not enough. She wants to know whether you have high fever or a mild fever. Okay, once she knows, okay, you have high fever or you have mild fever, according to that only the treatment is given to you. So for this, she is using a clinical thermometer to know the temperature of your body. Okay, this thermometer has a slight bend a little above the bulb of mercury. The mercury column has a break at this point and it is known as kink. Okay, you must have seen, you can see here also in the diagram over here. See, this is the long tube over here, you can see this is the long tube, okay, and here this mercury is there and it has a bend, okay, it has got a little bend and it is known as kink. Fine children. Now mercury does not fall when it starts contracting. Why the kink is there? Because once the temperature, it's noted, mama wants to note it down. Also once she puts the thermometer in your mouth and she notes that she has taken out the thermometer, she want to know how much fever you have. So the kink does not allow the mercury to go back. Okay, the mercury does not fall when it starts contracting. The thermometer has to be jerked for use. है ना, you must have seen, okay, thermometer आपने मुंह में डाला, you have seen your temperature, and once it is over, you jerk it, you do it like this. Okay, this is known as jerk. Okay, jerking brings back the mercury to the bulb. Why do we jerk like this? Because the mercury has to be sent back to the bulb so that the other person, if in case we find to know the temperature of other person, it can be carried out easily. Okay, and the normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. Okay, this is very important for you all. Kindly note it. The normal body temperature is 37 degree centigrade or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Now come to the next one, heat. Okay, a very interesting topic. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy. It is a form of energy. Okay. It always fall from, see, there are two objects, okay, there are two objects, okay, this is having high temperature, okay, and there's other object, this is having low temperature. Fine. Now what is happening? Heat always flow from high temperature to a body which has low temperature. Heat always flow from the body which has high temperature to a body which has low temperature. It will never be like that, okay, the body is having low temperature and it is going to the high temperature. It won't be there. Okay, it always falls from high temperature to a low temperature body. Fine children. Heat is a form of energy that flows from a body with higher temperature to a body with a lower temperature. That I have done with you, that I have explained you. Okay, now come to the next page. Next page is, you can see, measuring heat. Okay, the topic is measuring heat. The unit used for measurement of heat is in calories or joules, and the symbol used is J. How do we measure heat? With a unit called calories or joules, and the symbol is J. Fine children. Now flow of heat, it takes place into three different ways. The transfer of heat takes place in three different ways: conduction, convection and radiation. It is taking, how many types it is taking place in? Three types: conduction, convection and radiation. If I talk about conduction, you all can see on your screens also here. Conduction. Conduction, what is happening in conduction? Conduction of heat is always followed in the substance in a solid state. The substance has to be in solid state. Okay. Sometimes when you hold a handle of a vessel that is used in cooking, you feel it is hot and instantly you leave it before you get hurt. How do you think the handle becomes so hot? This is because the handle was in contact with the utensil which was cooking your food. Now you can see in the diagram also, a pot is kept on the gas and some water is there. We are boiling that, and after some time once you touch, in the starting if you touch, you won't feel so hot, but after some time you won't be able to touch it. Why? Because the handle is also heated up. As the pot, as the utensil just kept on the fire, it also gets hot, it gets warm up. So same way, from this pot, the heat is transferred to the handle. That is why you are not able to hold it with the handle anymore. You have to take the help of tongs, or you have to take the help of any piece of cloth to hold it. Okay. Now the next one, as I told you, in conduction is happening mostly in solids. Okay, fine children, conduction takes place in solid things. Okay. Now the other process is convection. Okay. Before that, I think there is more in it. Conductors and insulators. Children, there are many things around us. Okay. If I talk about metals, all the metals are good conductors of heat. That means it is allowing the heat to pass through it. Okay. जो substance heat को allow करते कि उसमें से pass कर सके, that are known as conductors. Okay. And which do not allow the heat to pass are known as insulators. Okay. So substances that allow heat to pass through them are called conductors. Metals are good conductors of heat. That I told you, all the metals are good conductors of heat. And insulators are substances that do not allow heat to pass through them are called insulators. Example is rubber, plastic, wood and all. Okay. Air and water are also examples of insulators. Okay. Then heat transfer by convection. Convection, it's happening in liquids. Okay. This process is, where do we find it? In liquids. Okay. If the state of matter is in liquid form, then which mode it is following? It is following convection mode. Okay. Now take water in a utensil and heat it over the stove. Okay, take some water and you put it on the stove. What will happen? You take a spoon. First, when you will take a spoon, put the spoon inside. Okay, you have to take a spoon and you put it inside. Okay, now take out the spoon and feel it. It is little bit hot. Now after some time, again take the spoon, and now what you are going to do? Instead of dipping it, you can put it here, okay, on the top of the water, and you will touch it. You will find it quite hot. What? You will find it quite hot. What is the reason behind it? Because the convection current that was taking place in the water. What is happening in the water? Let me explain you here. See, this is the pot, and we have put it on the flame. Now what is happening? All water is there. This is all is water. Okay. Now what is happening? The water over here, the water at the bottom, bottom means niche, the water at the bottom, it will start getting warm up. Now when this is all warmed up, it will start moving upward. Why? Whenever anything is hot, whenever anything is heated, it expands and it becomes light. Hot water moves upward. Okay, it is moving upwards. Why? Because the water has become light. Okay, whenever anything is heated up, it becomes light and it moves upward. Fine children. Now what is happening? The hot water is rising and moving up. All hot water is here. Now the cold water which was here at the top, The cold things are always heavy. What is happening? The cold water is moving down now. Okay. Hot water is moving up and cold water, it is moving down because this is heavy. Okay. And this is light. Okay. Light things always move up and heavy things always come down. Okay. This is for your explanation I have done so that the things are more clear to you. So now what is happening? The cold water is coming down and this way the whole, again it will get hot, it will move up. The cold water again will come down. This process keeps on going, and by this process the entire water in the utensil or in the pot gets warmed up. Fine children? I hope you have understood it. Now come to the next one. Okay. Uses of convection. Uses of convection: warming a liquid or a room and cooling a room with an AC and make use of convection of heat. Now, whenever these days it's winters, I'm wearing a jacket to protect myself, and even you must be using different sort of heaters and all to keep your room hot. Why? Because through convection you're getting the heat from the heaters to your body. Okay. So what is happening? The air is helping in to the heater which is kept in your room through the mode of convection, through the mode of radiation. What is happening? Now the air is which comes in contact with the heater, it is getting warm and again coming back to you. Okay, that is where you feel hot. Okay, this is a very interesting topic, sea breeze and land breeze. You must have learnt in your earlier classes also. Okay, sea breeze and land breeze. Okay, now the name sea breeze, sea. Okay, if I say what is happening during the day, the lands get heated faster than the sea. See children, land breeze and sea breeze, I'll explain you here. I am dividing the page into two parts so that you understand properly. Okay, this is the daytime, the sun is shining. I am not very good at drawing, but I am trying my best. This is the sun shining and this is the land and this is all is water. Okay, and again this is night time. You can see the stars shining in the sky. This is land again and this is all water. Okay. Now what is happening during the daytime? This is land children and this is water. Okay. Land gets heated up quickly and it gets cooled also quickly. जल्दी गर्म हो रही है और जल्दी ही ठंडी हो रही है. Okay. Land, it gets warmer quickly. Okay. It is getting warmer quickly as compared to water. Okay. There are two things, land and water. If we compare both land and water, the temperature of the land will increase more quickly than the temperature of water. And land is getting heated up quickly and it is getting up cooler also quickly. Okay, now what happened? This land is there, it is getting warmer. Now what is happening? The air which was on the land, as it is getting heated, I told you whenever anything is heated up, it starts moving up. Okay? It will start moving up. Now once it is moving up, now what is happening? The air which was on the sea, it will start moving towards the land and the warm air will start moving up and come again on the water part. Okay, this is how during the day what is going? Sea is blowing the wind. This is called sea breeze. Okay, because the breeze is blowing from the sea towards the land. So this is called sea breeze. Now the opposite of it is happening at night. As I told you, this is again is land. It will get cooler also soon. Okay, jaldi garam hui, jaldi thandi hogi. Okay, now what is happening? It is getting cooler also soon. So what is happening now? This is cool and the water over here, it is hot. Okay, now what is happening? Because the land is cool, the things which are cool has to be heavy. So the air on the land, it's heavy, and the water, the land on the water, it is hot. So hot air always rises up. Now all air is going up, and the sea, the breeze which is blowing from the land towards the sea, this is all cold, and this type of cycles keeps on going. Okay, it's the reverse of sea breeze. Now it is blowing from land, so this is called land breeze. Fine children, I hope you have understood it very clearly. So you can, with the diagram, you can make on your own also. This is very interesting. See, now both the sea and land breeze are created because convection of heat within the air takes place. The hot air rises and the cooler air falls down. Okay, now come to heat transfer by radiation. Heat transfer by radiation. Now any form of energy that travels in the form of waves, even heat energy travels in the form of wave, and these waves are called electromagnetic waves. The transfer of heat from a heat source to the surrounding in the form of wave is called radiation. Okay, heat travels in the form of waves. Okay, and those waves are known as electromagnetic waves. Fine. Now heat that gets transferred through space is generally by radiation. Okay, please remember this. This heat which we are getting is through radiation. Fine children. Now the next topic, this is the last one. Preventing loss of heat. Okay, this is preventing loss of heat. What is this? What is this? This is a flask we are using at home, so that whatever is inside it, if in case it is we are putting something cold, it remains cold. If we are putting anything hot, it remains hot. Okay, we are using the flask for both the things. We are using to keep the things hot also and keeping the things cold also, depending in what state we want. If we want to store the water, these days it's quite cold, and if I want to store water, hot water, where will I put? I won't put in a glass, because if I am going to use a simple glass or a simple bottle, after some time the heat would be lost and I would be getting a simple glass of water. But in case I want a hot glass of water, I would prefer using a flask, so that whatever I have, whatever temperature I have put the water, I will be getting the same water as it is after some time also. Okay, so to start with, to prevent heat loss, we should stop the three main processes by which heat gets transferred. What are those three processes? Conduction, convection and radiation. And thermos flask, what is it doing? It is stopping all these three processes. The heat will neither be lost by conduction, convection and radiation. Okay, for this what we will do, the plastic bottle, this flask has two compartments actually. The outer part is either made up of steel or plastic. See, you can see here also the outer part. This is the outer part and this is the inner part. Okay, there are two parts. The outer covering of a thermal flask is made of plastic, and this cover is made up of a cork. These materials act as insulators. Insulators, I told you, they do not allow the heat to pass through them. So we are using plastic so that the heat does not get lost in the atmosphere. The inner portion of the flask is double walled, made of steel or glass. The space between these two walls is vacuum. Children, when vacuum is there, no mode of transmission is there, the heat will not be lost by radiation. So we have taken care of each and everything, that all the three things, conduction, convection and radiation does not happen, and the substance which is kept inside the flask can be kept hot or cold. Okay, since there are no air particles to carry the heat by convection, it reduces loss of heat. The flask is made of highly reflecting material that reflects the heat back into the thermos. Okay, so I hope you liked today's class and you enjoyed it. Please go through the chapter once again, so that you have any problem by reading, you would be able to solve all your queries. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself.